The little boy took out all of his father's savings to buy all the gold in the jewelry store. The jewelry store owner's eyes instantly lit up, and he thought to himself, "Looks like I ran into two big fools today." It turned out that because of a mysterious force, gold had become very cheap, and now no one was willing to buy it anymore. The father also tried to persuade the little boy not to be reckless, but the little boy wasn't nervous at all. He confidently said that in just 3 hours, the price of gold would instantly increase 100 times. At that moment, the father didn't know that the little boy in front of him wasn't actually his son, but the #1 stock god in the world. That's right. The stock god had been reincarnated because of the mysterious force. In his past life, he died in a car accident, and now he was reborn into this little boy lying in the hospital bed. Unfortunately, the boy actually had a heart condition. Just the surgery alone would cost $500,000, but luckily, the boy had a good father who was willing to sell the house to cover the surgery costs. The boy felt deeply comforted, but right then, a couple suddenly barged into the hospital room. Leading them was none other than the father's ex-wife. She had never thought much of the father. After giving birth to the boy, she realized he couldn't make money, and she even had to spend money to treat the boy's illness. So, she immediately divorced him and went straight to date a manager with $1 million salary. Today, she came to get the father's house, but as soon as the ex-wife demanded the house, the father firmly refused. He needed the money from selling the house for his son's surgery. The manager beside her let out a sly laugh and threatened that if the father didn't hand over the house, they would kidnap the boy when he wasn't around. The father had no choice but to agree and signed the transfer contract. After the shameless couple left, the father turned to comfort the boy. He said even if he had to work as a laborer, he'd save enough money for the surgery. The boy was very touched when he heard that. He decided to help his nominal father. He confidently told his father, "Being a laborer has no future. I'll take you to make a quick million." So the father followed the boy to the jewelry store and bought 50 kilograms of gold. Time passed by the second, but the price of gold still didn't rise. The father began to panic, but the boy was still calmly playing games, saying, "Just wait a little longer." And just a minute after the boy finished speaking, the price of gold suddenly skyrocketed. The gold the father had bought for $500 was now worth $5 million. The father happily exchanged the gold for cash and lay on a bed full of money with the boy, as if they were dreaming. Just then, the boy asked his father if he wanted to make $100 million. The father was shocked. What kind of job could make that much money? So the boy took his father to the stock exchange, confidently saying all he had to do was follow his lead. But the moment they walked in, they ran into the manager and the ex-wife. They immediately rushed over to mock the father, asking if he had come here to beg. But the father wasn't nervous at all. He showed the couple the $5 million in cash he had, saying they were here to buy stocks. The couple was stunned. How could this poor laborer possibly have so much money? The next second, the manager sneered, "So what if you have money?" This father doesn't understand stock trends at all. Even with $5 million, he'll lose it all sooner or later. The father suddenly panicked because he really didn't know how to read stocks. But right then, the boy took the suitcase full of $5 million from his father's hands, telling him to just trust him. Then the boy placed the $5 million in front of the trading hall receptionist. He wanted to buy all of that stock that had hit rock bottom. The receptionist, in disbelief, asked again for confirmation. The boy firmly nodded. The couple watching this scene immediately burst out laughing. They said this laborer would never make money, buying a stock that kept falling. The father also worriedly asked if the boy was being too reckless, but the boy was very calm, telling his father to trust him. He'd make $50 million, and he said the manager had no vision at all, unable to see the true value of the stock. The manager instantly got angry and was about to step forward to teach the boy a lesson when a woman suddenly walked through the doors of the stock exchange. The father was instantly captivated by her beauty, but what the father didn't know was that the woman was a female CEO worth hundreds of billions, but her company had been tight on funds lately. She came this time to find a quality stock to invest in. The manager immediately rushed up to flatter her, but the CEO completely ignored him, walking straight up to the boy and asked if that stock at rock bottom could really make a huge profit. The boy noticed his father seemed interested in the CEO, so he wanted to help his father marry her. So he kindly explained to the CEO the reason for buying this stock. The CEO looked at the boy and suddenly found him very familiar. His words and actions were exactly like the stock god she had once met. The CEO decided to trust the boy this time and bought all the stock, but unfortunately, the stock kept falling. In just a few minutes, the CEO lost $1 million. The manager kept urging the CEO to stop, but the boy immediately stopped her, saying, "Absolutely don't sell. It'll rise in 2 minutes." The manager thought the boy was crazy and even called the security guards to kick them out. Seeing this, the father immediately shielded the boy behind him. Soon, the boy and the guards were caught in a scuffle. The father told the boy to run, but just then, the stock that had been falling suddenly skyrocketed. The CEO made 100 million in just 1 minute. At that moment, the CEO still didn't know that a new legend was about to be born right before her eyes.